ladies, friends online, I just want you to meet the incredible, the talented Julie Famina. And did I say your name correct?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Now, Julie has been at this preschool longer than I can remember, because I know that my own son, Noah, went here when he was just a little tiny one. But Julie, you were here before that. So how long have you been shaping and creating this amazing preschool at First Pres?
Well, I started as a parent shaping the preschool. I had 4 of my own children go through.
Holy moly.
So I got to practice as a mom.
So wait, so you came in as a mom,
Yes.
and who was the director back then?
It was Mary Cochran was the first original director here, and then Barbara Von Gundel.
So Barbara Von Gundel, and then you got the job as a mom, or
as a mom, I used to work in counseling.
Right.
And I found that trying to be out in the middle of the night on crisis calls and raising babies wasn't working, so I took some time off.
Right.
And with my background, Barbara asked me to sub.
And what was your background?
Social welfare.
Oh, wow.
And crisis counseling.
That's intense.
Didn't know that, did you?
No, well, I knew it was something like that. So that's one of the reasons why I get to have these conversations.
So when my last child was here, and I had all my other kids, in elementary and junior high school, Barbara asked me to sub.
Right.
And I said, sure, why not? I work with families, work with kids.
Why not? It should be
No-brainer.
It should be easy. It's not a big deal.
No-brainer.
Yeah, just hang out with some kids,
And after a few years of doing that, she had an opening, and she said, would you work? And I thought, yeah, I'll work. Part-time.
Yeah, just a little bit of preschool, right?
Yeah. So it all started in '89, and
oh wow,
never planned to be in the office and doing what I do.
But now, in that time, this preschool, First Presbyterian Church preschool, has grown substantially.
Yes,
it's become a thing in and of itself. When I talk to people here in Oceanside and all over North County, and I say, what do you know about First Presbyterian Church? The first thing that comes to people's mind, inevitably, is the preschool. They talk about the preschool, how amazing the preschool is. My kids grew up in the preschool, or my grandkids went to this preschool. And I've seen this place to be a place of nothing but joy. I mean, where kids come and they're happy, where parents show up, and they are relieved that their kids are coming to find a place where there's people that authentically love them as a family. And when the kids come in and they get the jelly beans out of your jar, or mom and dad have to get a jelly bean out of your jar just to get through the day. My question for you, Julie, is what is the big joy for you? What is the big joy? Because that's a hard job. This job, it's just, there's a lot of things that get thrown at you, and you got to have something that keeps you going. What's your joy?
I feel like the preschool is kind of a front to a community that's growing. And you plant a seed and something grows. And what happens is we get a lot of individuals coming here. And we are the largest enrolled preschool in San Diego County. Mm-hmm. We get a lot of individuals that come here, and then they become a community. The parents get to know each other. And with our military families, they move here and they don't even have another person to put on case of emergency phone call.
It's just them.
And we have neighborhoods that people don't know each other. So they come here and they start to make friends that are experiencing similar things that they're going through as families raising children. One of my favorite stories is a new enrolled little girl. And the father brought her in, and he saw the woman in the classroom dropping off her twins.
Right.
And he said, you look familiar. And they started talking. Well, they've seen each other drive by. They're neighbors.
Oh, wow.
But because they've never met and they've never interacted as neighbors, they don't really pay attention. And by the time they left here, they were walking out, best friends, and play dates were set up. So we help children get ready for school. Yeah. Academics is the least of my concern.
Right.
Because academics are always going to come. But to be able to feel a part of the community and learn that there's people in your community you can trust and that can help you grow and support you.
Right.
Whether you're the parent or the child. That's the best thing.
That is the best thing. Now, you said you created a community. I've seen that. I've experienced that. I mean, I've been hanging out at the gate for the first few days, and the amount of hugs, the amount of loves, the amount of kisses, the amount of just unmitigated, just unsolicited smiles that come on, not just from the kids, but from you.
Yeah.
I mean, you ooze.
Happy girl.
You ooze joy And I get to say thanks. I get to say thank you for creating a place for children, creating a place for families, creating a place for your staff, creating a place on this church campus that is second to none. So,
well, I get to say thank you because I get to do something that's worthwhile. Not everybody gets to say that in life.
I think somewhere along the line you found a job, or you found a joy that turned into a job. Mm-hmm. In other words, you get to do something you love, and some days are harder than others, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. I think we all know that we all have tough days.
But the hard days are absolutely the most rewarding, because the easy stuff means you didn't have to work hard.
Yeah.
And if I get a parent who can't find a place of peace to let their child interact with other children, and they're worried and they can't find that peace for an hour to 3 hours, if I can help that parent take care of themselves,
right,
and realize that their child, it's a partnership with them and their child, mm-hmm. and they can go for a walk, or they can talk to an adult.
So they can talk to an adult child. They can talk to a friend.
They can talk to a friend. And I have parents that, the other day, one of our new moms came up to me, and she opens this paper and she says, I have to show you something. She goes, this is me in the courtyard, mm-hmm. here when I went to preschool. When we had parent orientation, one of the grandparents came up to me and said, do you know I am still best friends with my children who are now bringing their kids here. Those families I met as a mom, I am still best friends with them.
Yeah.
And those are the stories that basically validate what we do here.
Yeah, I think it's true.
Giving people those connections, because our lives are so busy. We somehow forget to stop and make a connection.
I think because of your heart, you have created that kind of community. I mean, you foster that. I watch you bring other people together to kind of engage and share. You've got this talent, you've got this skill, you guys would be good together. You recognize when people are closer to you. I mean, you have a natural knack, a God-given talent as a connector, and it's beautiful watching it happen. And I know that on the surface you're the duck, right? Everything looks good. It looks so easy, like there's no sweat at all. But I like on anything.
It's a wedding. Everybody's wedding looks beautiful to the audience.
Oh my gosh.
No one knows the fighting.
Yeah, and she's paddling like mad underneath.
The food is all wrong.
The whole team is just
and the dresses didn't get altered.
That's right. Yes. Flowers didn't show up. The guy with the booze didn't come.
Every day's a wedding.
That is exactly right.
Every day's a wedding.
That's not just preschool. That's church, and that's every Sunday at church as well.
Yeah.
Well, Julie, thank you for spending a few minutes in your busy day to hang out and share a little bit for our online community. Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you very much. And we'll see you guys later.
Bye.